Christianity wasn't a new religion in the sense that it had a host of new rites and rituals or ceremonial procedures. Christianity was something very different, neither a set of religious practices nor a set of philosophical beliefs, but a relationship with God through Jesus, the risen Christ. Because the first Christians were Jews, they continued to worship on a Sabbath, and they heard sermons and ate kosher food. They even frequented the temple, and they brought sacrifices. Paul even made Jewish vows, which included shaving your head and bringing an offering to the temple. Paul also circumcised his Greek convert Timothy so that he could evangelize Jews. This later caused trouble because people thought it meant he taught circumcision as part of salvation. He denied this by pointing out that Titus, who was also a Greek convert of his, wasn't circumcised. The point was that these practices could be followed or not. They didn't matter because they weren't needed for salvation. Not surprisingly, some Jewish converts misunderstood and thought that Christianity was merely a form of Judaism. So, when Gentiles wanted to become Christians, they told them to convert fully to Judaism first. Paul rejected this very firmly. He allowed anyone to follow Jewish religious customs, but he vehemently forbade anyone from requiring Jewish practices, such as eating kosher food or being circumcised. Paul even allowed Gentiles to eat meat that might have been offered to a god, so long as they recognized that that god was nothing. However, some believers thought this was wrong, so he urged people in his churches not to do it if such believers were present. This implies that tolerance wasn't a militant stance of people standing on their rights, but an attitude of harmony wherever possible. Tolerance today can be very different, sometimes like that of the Romans. Roman society expected everyone to be tolerant of all religions by actually worshipping all their gods. Romans made friends and business partners by eating meals in each other's temples, and a wife was required to add her husband's gods to those that her family already worshipped. Roman tolerance meant that everyone had to join in with worship. Christian tolerance meant that no one should be forced to do this. Another form of tolerance that is often advocated today is letting everyone believe whatever they want without trying to persuade them otherwise. Paul didn't think that way at all. He evangelized continuously. Every Sabbath he reasoned in the synagogue, trying to persuade Jews and Greeks. Often he long exceeded his welcome and was thrown out. Unfortunately, Christianity soon did become intolerant. In the 4th century, when Constantine gave Christianity a legal status, it started to become like other religions, emphasizing rituals and rules. Today, some converts live in Islamic or Hindu cultures where conversion is illegal or sometimes dangerous. Many have decided to worship Jesus within the rites of their cultural religion. It will be interesting to see what such believers do if their society eventually becomes tolerant enough for them to worship openly as Christians. Will they decide to keep praying to Jesus 5 times a day in Arabic, kneeling with foreheads to the ground and facing Jerusalem? If they do, I hope they will be welcomed, because this is very similar to what Messianic Jews do, and what the first Christian converts did in Jerusalem. Paul defended their rights to worship Jesus any way they wished. God bless.